Okay, so the Yankees are in a shitty position, right? They're down 3-0 and on the brink of elimination by Houston Astros, who are clearly a better team, not only on paper but on the field. Okay, and I hear everybody's arguments about fire Boone and fire Cashman. There are arguments to be made, but where are the arguments to holding players accountable? Millionaire-ass players who don't need to be babysat, who aren't producing, and people are complaining that they're not being babysat. What in the world is going on here? Okay? Again, this is partly due to a roster that Cashman has built, yes. It's also partly due to a roster that Boone has managed, yes. But it's also partly due to players that so many people do not want to call out. Because why? Are we afraid to call out certain players? Afraid to call out Judge? I'm not. I'll call him any day of the week. Doesn't make me a Judge hater. But the fact is, he shit the bed this postseason. So did Stanton, who I love. Right? So did Gleyber Torres. So did Jose Trevino, who we love. So did Josh Johnson. So did Oswaldo Cabrera. It's like, guys, where's the outrage at the players too? Boone's not on the field with them. Okay, yeah, he makes some bonehead moves, but as do other managers too. He makes some bonehead comments in post-game interviews. Yeah, as do other managers too. But that is not the only problem. Okay, and I understand there's a couple of people out there who just cannot leave the fire Boone and fire Cashman movement and spread it all over social media every single day as their only argument. Go right ahead and let them do that, okay? But the fact is, again, those players are not producing, period. Remember the beginning of the season when everybody was healthy and playing well? And where was the fire Cashman and fire Boone movement then? Nowhere, okay? And then all of a sudden, guys got hurt, and guys stopped playing well, and right to the fire Boone, fire Cashman. Not anywhere to the whole players accountable. The only thing I heard was get rid of Cole, get rid of IKF. They weren't the ones sinking the team. Okay? Fact. You want real talk, you're going to get it. Here. No other bullshit real talk somewhere else where you're just catering to certain players and attacking one or two handful of guys. That's not how we do it here. You want to keep it 100? I'm going to keep 100 everywhere. Everywhere. I don't care if people don't like that I call out Judge. That's how we do it here. Okay? The fact is, he shit the bed. And so did all those other guys this postseason. They should be called out too. Okay? I like Judge. Yeah, I like Stanton. And just because I'm calling them out doesn't mean I'm a hater of these guys. It doesn't mean that I'm also making excuses for Cashman and Boone like other folks make excuses constantly for Judge. Constantly. He carried the team in the whole season. It wasn't only him. So would the pitching staff carry them. The bullpen carried them. It wasn't only Judge. Look at the freaking records. Look at the stats of people. This is not only Judge. He had a historic season, yes, but the postseason is different. And where are for the folks, what have you done for me lately when it comes to Judge? People can attack everybody else, but why does he get a get out of jail free card? Why does Trevino get out of jail free card? Stanton, doesn't get it. No one else gets it, but it seems to me Judge and Trevino, two guys that get it. And again, doesn't make me haters. I like what these guys have done. They've done a great job, but it's okay to call other people out too and not be a hater. People call you haters, so what? I get trolled with that stuff all the time. Who cares? Fact is, the team is playing shitty altogether. And again, where were these people when the team was playing well? And then they got hurt. Why isn't the training staff being looked at? The strength and conditioning, the doctors and whatnot. You had 16 guys on the IL. That's crazy. 16. There's still half of these guys on a freaking IL too who can't contribute. No, DJ's not on IL, but he's not healthy. Benintendi's not healthy. Okay? King, out. Efros, out. Tommy John. Chad Green, Tommy John. So many guys are out who could be contributors to this team and are not contributors on this team. Okay? That is also a factor. That also matters. And that's not a Boone thing or a Cashman thing, okay? It's not their job to keep them healthy. It's the player's job, grown-ass men who make millions of dollars. It's their job to be grown men and stay healthy and get rest and do all the other things they need to. It's the job of the doctors and the personal trainers. Their job is to keep them healthy and limber and injury-free. Fire Boone, fire Cashman does absolutely nothing to stop their injuries. You bring in, it doesn't matter. You think Torrey would have led him to 125 wins? No. Girardi? No. Madden? No. Neither would Casey Stengel or Miller Huggins or Joe McCarthy. Billy Martin, none of these dudes would have led him to 125 wins that so many people are talking about when you're heating up the world in the first half of the season. And then things change. Expectations also change. That also comes with the territory as part of New York, right? Which is totally fine. But where were those people? And where do we get this mentality to just blame Boone and Cashman for everything and ignore holding players accountable? Hicks is not playing, okay? He's hurt for the rest of the season, yeah. IKF is being sat, and the guys that are replacing him aren't doing dick. Okay, yeah, it's a flawed roster that needs to be addressed. And that Cashman might need to be held accountable for that. Okay, fine. And he's up his contract too, but who is going to replace the guy that's going to do the things that Hal wants done? Okay? Yeah, it would be nice to bring in Theo Epstein. You think Theo Epstein's going to be a yes man to Hal? What are you, nuts? He's an executive of Major League Baseball. There's no freaking way it's going to happen. You think Don Matting's going to be a yes guy to Cashman? Come on. Come on. All right? This is the real talk that we need to have. None of this just listen to me bash people incessantly and not have any constructive solutions at all. Right? Youth movement's going to have to happen. At least a part of youth movement after the season. Sure. They got to give these guys a chance. And yeah, will they try to move Donaldson? Yeah. Do I have a problem with that? No. I have no issue with them moving Hicks either. And they're probably going to try to move Torres too. All of a sudden decided to try to turn into Barry Bonds again. And hit home run after home run at the complete expense of production. Okay? These guys can't hit off-speed pitches. They barely can hit freaking fastballs. Okay? Those are facts too. Okay? Hitting coach need to be addressed, pitching coach, all that stuff. They need to be looked at. But again, injuries are injuries too. They matter. No one wants to talk about it. Okay? You know, I remember debating some other folks on the Mets side. Why did the Mets get knocked out? Oh, well, they had a couple injuries. So it's a legitimate reason for them, but it's an excuse for the Yankees, right? Is this the type of conversation we're having? Okay? And again, like I said, I'm not afraid to call anybody out on anything, whether people like it or not. That's the way we do it here. 100%. Good or bad. And that's the way it's going to stay. Okay? And I appreciate all the people who support the channel. I also appreciate the people who criticize me because it at least helps me gain a different perspective on what other people are thinking. Everybody here matters. Okay? And again, I don't need people to agree with me all the time. Disagreeing with me and giving constructive criticism is going to make the channel better. It's going to make me better, especially if it's a legitimate position, a little bit legitimate argument. But fire this guy without any constructive feedback to support it, I can't take that seriously. Okay? I just can't. It's not credible. It's not. So and again, Yankee fans, we're all pissed right now, so including myself, as you can see. But I don't need to spend my time calling people names, calling people assholes behind the screen. Okay, behind a safe place. If I want to do it, I'm going to do it to somebody's face. Period. Okay? And I would hope or expect anybody else to do the same thing. All right? That's just the way it's going to be. But again, yeah. Do we want them to come back today with Nestor on the mound? I feel good with Nestor on the mound. But again, the same thing with yesterday. Doesn't matter what, would I have taken call out? No. But it doesn't matter whether they give up one run or two. The bullpen didn't do their job. And the fact is, the Yankees offense did absolutely nothing this entire playoffs. And nobody seems to be calling out the guys that people don't want to call out. Are we afraid to call out Judge? Are we afraid to call out other guys? Trevino, the rest of them? No. At least I'm not. Okay? I don't care. I mean, this is the point. This is what Yankee fans, right? These guys are paid buku dollars that we don't make. And they're not exempt from criticism either, even if you're a hometown boy or not. Don Mattingly never escaped it. Okay? Neither did Jeter. They got booed too. Judge is getting booed now too. And it's their fans' right to do that. Just like they booed Cole, just like they booed Stanton, just like they booed all the other guys. Right? So, where are we right now? Where are we right now? And again, that's the thing. It's not only Boone and it's not only Cashman, like I said. It's partly them, yes. So if you're going to hold Boone accountable, if you're going to hold Cashman accountable, fine, do that. But please make the right moves on the back end. Please hold players accountable too. Because you bring in somebody next year, you bring in like Joe Madden, right? Everybody wants, or Joe Girardi, and the same problems happen, then it's not a manager problem. It's a player problem. Are we going to do the same thing? We're going to ignore it with a different manager and a different GM? Right? This is what I'm talking about. This is the point I'm making here. So, where are we, gang? Where are we? Again, give me your feedback. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want real shit like this. Yeah, you're going to get it. Off season, during the season, and everything else. There's no catering to players here. There's no catering to people. There's also no customizing, bashing for certain people either. We don't do that. Okay? We try to be better than that here. Okay? But when it's time to, and again, people come after me all the time, and that's totally fine. It comes with the territory as being a Yankee content creator. I get it. Okay? And I respond to as many comments as I can. Even if there's 1,000 on the thing, I take the time to read them. And I appreciate everybody's support. But again, what is the logic behind this whole thing? Let's get into this. Let's talk about it.